Hey traders, in this lesson I want to show you how you can access the inbuilt Tradingview candlestick pattern code to reference for your own purposes. So now if you click on the indicators button up here, or hit / as the hotkey, that will open up these indicators and strategies interface. If you come down to built-ins and then click on candlestick patterns here, this applies to all of these scripts. You could use any of these scripts. I believe you can view the source code to any of these scripts that are listed here. But if you click on candlestick patterns, here is a list of all of the candlestick patterns that Tradingview have written code for detecting. Now, most of their patterns are far more advanced. The code is far more convoluted and advanced than it needs to be. I think that's just a typical programmer thing where the developers of this language just go all out and they use every feature they can squeeze into the script in order to detect certain patterns. But for example, let's try their engulfing candles. Let's click on engulfing bullish. And now that has been added to our chart. Now the way you view the source code to this candlestick pattern script is to just come up to the indicator here and click on the regular source code button. And here we go. Here is their source code for detecting bullish engulfing candles. Now I'm not sure why they've made this script as complex as they have. You've seen how I detect bullish and bearish engulfing candles. And I believe mine is just as accurate as theirs. So just keep that in mind. A lot of their code for candlestick patterns is extremely complex and very poorly commented for that matter too. There's not a lot of description here going on explaining what the code does, which is just another example of why I encourage you guys to heavily comment your own code. Just looking at this gives me a headache. Just the thought of having to go through each line of code here and try and work out what all of these conditions do and what they all add up to. And if I wanted to change one little thing about this pattern, it could take me an hour to figure out, or maybe not an hour, but at least 20 minutes maybe of playing around with code to work out what everything does and how it all fits together. So keep that in mind. A lot of the inbuilt candlestick patterns have terrible commenting. Let's have a look at a couple of other candles here. Let's try a Morningstar. That'll do. You get the idea. Have a look at their dojis. So this is their doji code for detecting doji candles. Morningstar. So essentially, you can copy most of this code into your own scripts, and with a little bit of editing, you could have these candlestick patterns being detected in your own scripts. I probably wouldn't encourage you to do that until you've completed most of the mastery course and you are pretty comfortable with Python script, because of the reason I mentioned. A lot of this code is poorly commented. You will need to work out what it does yourself, but the option is there if you want to play around with some of these inbuilt candlestick patterns, especially if there's some that I haven't covered in the course that you want to try to detect in your own scripts. This is a great resource to start with if you're feeling brave in terms of reverse engineering the code. Anyway, that's it for this lesson. I'll speak with you in the next one.